Good afternoon and welcome to Hobbs Lady Eagle Softball from Walmart Digital and One Radio Square Sports. Today's game is brought to you by Lasco Construction, TDS, Forest Tire Company, the Lee County State Bank, Eunice Pump and Supply, NMR Pipeline, Elite Home Health Care, First American Bank of Hobbs, Hobbs Express, Thriftway, and La Tienda Grocery Stores. From Veterans Memorial Complex here in Hobbs, getting ready for the start of this non-district action today, and with the call, here's Dawn Morgan.
Well, thank you very much, TJ Miracle, as it's your Hobbs Lady Eagles versus the Lubbock Lady Patriots. That's Liberty is a new high school in Lubbock, located in toward the south, where all that new growth is going on. So it's exciting to have a team from Lubbock over here. The Hobbs girls started their season against Lubbock Coronado, and so it's nice to have the schedule include a couple of Lubbock, Texas teams. And getting everything off and running, let's go ahead and run down your the rosters for both those teams, the lineups, actually batting lineups, as they're being introduced out on the field as well. For our visitors, number 10, Brielle Gonzalez, playing third base, is batting first. Number 4, Casey McKee, playing second base, is batting second. Number 13, Lainey Gibson, your starting pitcher, and is batting third. Hagen Walker, she's number 14, catching, is batting fourth. Batting fifth is number 15, Jacelyn Justice, who is in left field. And batting sixth is number 6, Chloe Edwards, who's in center field. Batting seventh is number 12, Peyton Bozeman, in right field. Batting eighth is number 17, Ella Contreras, who is your designated player. And batting ninth is number 8, Mia Gonzalez, who's playing shortstop. Your flex player is number 9, Ava Kincaid, out in the field at first base, not batting. Your reserve players are number 2, McKenna Watson, number 3, London Buckley, number 7, Taylon Salinas, and number 11, Camden Wanzer. And for your Lady Eagles, number 13, that is, Kaya Boys, your leadoff batter. She's playing second base. Batting second is number 8, Marissa Young, at third. And batting third is number 1, Edith Chavez, in center. Batting fourth is 16, Carissa Garcia, at first base. Batting fifth, 9, Allison Garcia, in left fielder. Batting sixth is number 20, Anaya Rodriguez, your catcher. Batting seventh is number 10, Candace Harrison, at shortstop. Number 8, batting eighth, that is number 4, Abby Zambrano, who's playing second base. And batting ninth is number 15, Alexis Martinez, who's your designated player. And number 6 is Ilea Treviso, your flex player, and she is your pitcher. And actually, I think I wrote down there is Kaya Bull is on second, and Zambrano is in right field. Yeah, that 4, I wrote that down, and looking at it looked like a 9, but I know that Boyle plays second base. Zambrano's in the right field.
We got to talk to Coach Anthony about his handwriting.
We'll check your reserve player is coming back after our national anthem.
Lasco Construction is a proud partner in education in Lee County. Lasco Construction is your hometown construction company. Lasco Construction encourages you and business owners to support Tatum, Jow, Lovington, Eunice, and Hobbs businesses. Buy as much as you can locally, which is why Lasco Construction always supports the youth of Lee County. Lasco Construction supports you. Call 393-9161 for all your construction needs. Support your community.
Switch to TDS. Pair fast internet with strong Wi-Fi for the ultimate online experience. Choose from speeds starting at 300 meg all the way up to 1 gig. Plus, blanket every corner of your home with TDS Wi-Fi Plus. Trust TDS to provide you with the best services at the best prices. Just ask our customers, who are voting us best internet provider in many of the communities we serve. Visit hellotds.com to learn more. Internet speeds are up to and not guaranteed. Subject to availability. Terms and conditions apply. See website for details.
Forest Tire cares about your time. You tackle an endless to-do list every day. It may seem like a thankless job, but you know better. It's the little things that matter most. That's why you'll appreciate the enduring value of the Michelin Defender tire. Designed for doers like you, Michelin's longest-lasting tire keeps you on the go longer, so you have one less thing to worry about on your next road trip. Stop in today for miles of uncompromised safety and performance. Forest Tire, keeping you rolling since 1944.
And welcome back to Lady Eagles Softball on Lee County News and Sports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com. I'm Dawn Morgan with TJ Miracle, and we've had introduction of players. I do want to mention the reserve players for Hobbs. We went through the starting lineup and through the batting order, but reserve players are number 5, Jackie Fuentes, number 2, Jesse Ojeda, number 12, Maya Chavarria. Chavarria actually was a starting pitcher and pitched about half of that game, a little more than half probably, against Lovington yesterday. Hobbs is coming off of a 3-1 win over the Lovington Lady Cats, the 4A Cats, yesterday in Lovington, and it was a pretty tight game. It was a good game, very close, as you can tell by the final score, and Hobbs prevailed, so congratulations to them. Also, there's nothing wrong with Coach Boyle's handwriting. I have to say that was my handwriting at fault when I couldn't tell the 4 from the 9. I'm very grateful.
Come on, it's a lot more fun to blame
I know it is. It is, but it's not accurate. I want to stay on his good side because he's a good coach. He's helming the Lady Eagles for his first time this season after having assisted Coach Crossland. And, of course, he's doing a great job, and the Lady Eagles are having a fantastic season. They are 6-1, and they have not started district yet, but already, they're ranked first in district. They're ranked number 3 in New Mexico 5A and number 3 overall in 5A across the state. So number one, of course, is what they're shooting for, and they're off to a great start. So we're just about to get this one underway, and it is, of course, Lady Eagles welcoming in the Lady Patriots from Lubbock. And leading off, number 10, Brielle Gonzalez, your third baseman, is up to the plate. Treviso is in the circle for Hobbs. Rodriguez behind the plate. That's your battery. And the first pitch is a good one. A nice breaking ball over the outside corner. A lot of heat on it to start off the action here.
Of course, yesterday, Treviso taking over in relief, as you mentioned, getting the save in that game against Lovington.
A swing and a high fly ball. Line drive headed out to left field. Oh, a diving catch. A beautiful one by Allison Garcia in left field. Wow, that's a highlight reel catch right there. And robs Gonzalez of what would have been a hit. So second pitch up, Gonzalez hit that ball, smacked it hard, but even against the wind, Allison Garcia shading over and making a great catch. So a fly for out 1 brings up number 4, Kaylee, that is. I think it's Kaylee.
That's what I've got.
I've written down Kaylee. I think that's an L, not a C, and I think Coach Rotuno is announcing Kaylee McKee, a left-handed batter playing second base. First pitch was in. It was a call ball. This is a call strike. And 1-1 is the count now on her.
Wind is pretty gusty in and kind of left to right here today, about 67 degrees as we got this one started.
A little grounder over to third. Young comes in on it, fires over to first, and barely catches her. A very speedy McKee. Wow, she's got some speed. That was kind of a slow grounder. Took a while to develop. Young came in on it, made a perfect play and perfect throw. Garcia over on first, hanging on to that. So 5-3 in the books for out number 2. And the Lady Eagles looking sharp, but the Lady Patriots are looking. They're hitters. They're standing up, maybe getting a look at it, and then they're hitting. So that brings up number 13, Lainey Gibson, to the plate. She's your pitcher. She takes a look at the first one, and it's a ball, a little bit low and outside, and hits the second one she sees. It's a long fly ball out of the park. It's gone. And just like that, second pitch she saw, Lainey Gibson, the pitcher for the Lady Patriots, smacks it out of the park in deep center right field, and that's a solo homer as she crosses home plate with her teammates around her. That puts the Lubbock Liberty on the board 1-0 here.
Yeah, that was a no-doubter as it got up here, even against the wind, as Treviso just kind of ran, as you sometimes call them, a watermelon up there, and Gibson was waiting on it and put the charge in it. Nothing that Chavez could do but just watch it sail.
She was back. She drifted back and could see that, but she also saw it like we did, that it was going to go over the fence, and yeah, no choice but to watch that one. All right, so the first pitch is a call strike on Hagen Walker, number 14, the catcher. So 0-1 count on her. The good news for the Lady Eagles, 2 outs and a swing and a foul pop out of play off to the right for strike 2.
Just don't hit the white Toyota.
So 0-2.
And I'll be saying that all day, especially with the baseball game going on behind us, too.
Right. All right, so 2 outs, nobody on, 0-2 count. A swing and a line drive shot's going to hit just and bang off of the fence between center and right field. And out there, Chavez playing that as well as it could be played. She watched and played the bounce perfectly, turned around and threw it in to second base to the cutoff. and kept Walker at first. But, man, I tell you, we know this Lubbock team, they're a team of hitters, so they're going to keep Hobbs busy in the field. But the Hobbs girls are really strong defensively.
As Buckley will check into courtesy run for the catcher over at first.
So a runner on first, 2 outs. That's the good news for the Lady Eagles is they've got 2 outs and only 1 runner on first. Number 15, Jacelyn Justice in left field. Up to the plate, right-handed batter, and that one rolls inside, and a good job by Rodriguez to move over and block that one out to keep that from being a pass ball, because I have a feeling that very speedy courtesy run over there would have been on second, no problem. So that is going to be fouled off to the right to the screen for strike 1. So 2 balls, 1 strike on Justice at the plate. With 2 outs, 1 runner on. Here we are, top of the first inning, and Lubbock Liberty already on the board, 1-0. That rolls in low and inside as well. So 3-1 the count now. 2 outs, 1 runner on first. Hobbs just hoping to control the damage, get this out, and get to the dugout, and get their own bats swinging. And there's a foul back to the screen as Treviso doing a good job of varying her speeds. She brought one in, and it was a medium speed pitch. And Walker, I think, or Justice was waiting on a fastball, and she swung at that a little bit off. Oh, and let that one go, and it's a call strike. Yeah, she flinched, thought about it, and the ump said yes, it crossed the outside corner. So strike out number 3, and Hobbs sees 5 batters, but the damage is done because one of them was a solo home run by Gibson, and that puts Lubbock up 1-0. But Lady Eagles are coming up to the bats, and we'll be back with the bottom of the first inning with Lady Eagles softball on Lee County News and Sports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com.
We know that you want to make the most out of your time. At Lee County State Bank, we believe banking should be quick and easy. That's why we're proud to provide video banking to our customers. Save time and a trip to the bank, and meet with a video banker instead. Getting started is easy. Download the LCSB Connect app, create a profile, bank from anywhere. Not a customer yet? No problem. You can use a video banking app to open an account too. Download the app today and start banking from anywhere.
Visit onlinelcsb.com. Lee County State Bank, member FDIC.
Eunice Pump and Supply has been around for over 30 years and is excited to continue their services to the community. They take pride in their employees and their hard work and dedication, and most importantly, take pride in the youth of Lee County. Eunice Pump and Supply is a proud supporter of all Lee County athletics and academics. Eunice Pump and Supply, 1310 Avenue O in Eunice, another proud supporter of Lee County athletics.
In the top of the first inning, Liberty goes 1 run on 2 hits, no errors, and they leave 1 stranded. As we go to the bottom of the first, Liberty 1, Hobbs coming to bat, and with the call, here's Dawn Morgan.
Thank you, TJ Miracle. Liberty comes into this one well into their season, actually, as they are 8-17 overall in Texas, and they're 1-5 in their district under head coach Limmer. Now we turn the page and get ready for Hobbs girls to try to get their bats cooking. They are also a team of hitters. Kaya Boyle is the leadoff batter for Hobbs, and she looks at the first one high and outside, lets that go for ball 1. 1-0 the count. Boyle on second base, of course. On deck is number 8, Marissa Young at third base. And that's going to come in high as well. Boyle, very capable of hitting the ball, but also can work walks, and she's just good at getting on base, which is why she's the leadoff batter. She does watch that one and flinched on it. Started to swing, and it is over the outside corner. Not a real fast, about a medium speed ball, but a little breaking action on that by Gibson in the circle. And this is going to come in low inside and miss, 3-1. Gibson is in the circle for Liberty. Walker behind the plate. That's your battery. Kincaid on first, McKee on second, Mia Gonzalez at short, and there's a high pop foul. Coming under it is Kincaid at first, who makes the grab. So Boyle pops out, a little foul pop out to position 3, the first baseman in the book for out number 1. That's going to bring up Young to the plate. Chavez on deck, Garcia in the hole. As in the field for Liberty, Mia Gonzalez at shortstop and Brielle Gonzalez at third. Justice, Edwards, and Bozeman from left to right out in the field. And the first pitch comes in to Young. It's a ball, 1-0. So 1 out, nobody on, a 1-0 count on Young, and that's going to miss outside and low for ball number 2. And in yesterday's game, Hobbs Hobbs had 3 runs on 3 hits. They weren't hitting the ball as much as usual yesterday, but they are typically a team that comes up. They depend on good, strong defense for a lot of their wins, but they're capable of some good offensive production as well. And that misses outside. So
yeah, you're right. It was a little bit surprising. Just 3 hits last night, but they did manage to take advantage of the errors that Lovington gave them, and Lovington only had 2.
And that is going to be a little outside. Young flinched on it, but she didn't swing the bat all the way around and takes her base on ball. So she draws a walk.
The center fielder, number 1, Edith Chavez.
And we do have
we do have a courtesy runner who is no, we do. Is that
no,
Young?
I was actually going to say when we get a minute, I do have a statement from the NMAA on the Eunice baseball game last night.
Okay, 1 out, but 1 on now for Hobbs, and Chavez is at the plate, and it's high and outside for ball number 1. Yeah, I knew something was coming up. All right, 1-0 the count. Chavez in the box, Garcia on deck, and Garcia in the hole. That's going to miss high and outside for ball number 2.
Hobbs just needs to be patient so far. Gibson has got good speed, but she's had a little trouble with the control here early on.
Yeah, and make her pitch to you. I think that's the old saying.
Yeah, wait for your pitch.
Yeah, wait for your pitch, make her pitch to you. There it is, and a high fly ball headed out to between center and left. Shading over for it is Edwards, who makes a grab. Oh, she dropped. Did she drop it? Oh, no, that was her hat that came off. That was her hat. It looked for a moment. It did look like she dropped the ball. But so Chavez gave it a ride, and the wind is definitely a factor today. It's playing with those balls, especially the ones that are just high and hang up in the air for a while. But 2 outs now, and Carissa Garcia, cleanup hitter, is at the plate looking to try to bring her teammate around her in, and Carissa has got a lot of power. She's capable of parking it. She's capable of the long balls, and she is itching for a pitch to hit, and that looked like it was the one. Yes, it was. As she takes a look at that one.
Some good late movement on that one. Is it? Some of that is the wind, but it had a little jink right at the end, and it kind of tied Garcia up a little bit. 2
outs, 1 on. There's a swing and a foul. It's going to go out of play. No chance to catch that, which is a good thing for Hobbs, and I think the wind did aid that one. It's a strong, pretty steady wind, and anything that's up in the air at all that doesn't have line drive speed to it is going to be affected by that wind. Swing and a high fly ball headed deep left field, but center field coming over to catch it in between left and center, and 2 flyouts in a row. Well hit ball by Garcia, but Edwards out there robs Hobbs of any chance to get that 1 runner around and in. So with that, 4 up, 3 down, no runs on no hits, no errors, and 1 left on base. So we're going to go to the top of the 2nd inning. Lubbock is leading 1-0. We'll be back with more Lady Eagles softball on Lee County News and Sports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com.
NMR Pipeline is a highly qualified, dedicated company, leading in performance with management and employees who've provided over 45 years of service in pipeline maintenance and construction within the oil and gas industry. NMR Pipeline, 300 South Main in Eunice, or call 394-0144 for more information. Again, 394-0144. NMR Pipeline is proud to be a supporter of all Lee County athletics and academics.
And back here at Veterans Memorial Complex, Hobbs, no runs, no hits, no errors, and they leave 1 on as we get ready for the 2nd inning. It is the Cooper Liberty Patriots leading this one 1-0. And with the call, Dawn Morgan.
Thank you very much. I think you had a statement to read for the MMA.
I
Is it going to take a while?
No, well, we can. Okay. Well, we'll actually get it after this half inning.
All right,
because we've already got they're moving this along.
They are. This is moving pretty quickly. So coming back up to the plate, it is 6, 7, and 8 in the lineup for Lubbock, and that means it's Chloe Edwards, the center fielder, who just had back-to-back fly catches out there, robbing Hobbs the batters of some hits and chances to get on base as she hits at the first one she sees, and it's fouled out of play off to the right, and the second one is a call, strike 2. Nice at the knees right over the outside part of the plate by Treviso out there in the circle for Hobbs. 0-2 count, swing, and a little hit back to the circle, and that is snapped up by Treviso and sent over to Carissa Garcia at first. So first out. So and it was a pretty well hit ball.
Good leather there by Treviso out in the
Treviso.
ring as she snagged that one and tossed it over to Garcia in plenty of time. But that one had some
was smoking.
mustard on it.
It did, and sometimes as a pitcher, when that comes in, you don't have the reaction time to be able to get to it, and it can be an infield hit just because sometimes it gets by you or it glances off your glove or even foot and gets over there to short and second base and becomes a hit. A swing and a miss at that one, so we're even at 1-1 on Bozeman. Number 12, Peyton Bozeman, your right fielder, up to the plate. 1 out to nobody on. And here we are, top of the second inning. Top of the second. And the count now is 1-2.
Good pitch there from Treviso as she got Bozeman right over the top of that changeup.
And another good pitch as she took a little speed off of that and then hung it right over the outside corner and a little spin on it as well. And Bozeman swing and a miss for strikeout number 2 for Treviso. And 2 outs, nobody on. That brings number 17, Ella Contreras, your designated player for Lubbock, up to the plate. So 2 outs. And an 0-1 count.
Yeah, she came around on that one, got a piece of it, and fouled it off into the screening. But base is clear, so Hobbs looking to keep this a 1-0 ball game.
That comes over the inside corner for a beautiful call strike. If he hadn't called that one, I was going to have to retract that. But I saw that come in, and it looked like a good pitch to me. And there's another good one. But Contreras, protecting the plate, catches a piece of it and fouls it back to the screen. So an 0-2 count, 2 outs. Yep.
Through the first 8 hitters, Lubbock looks like if there's anything that gets a significant portion of the plate, they're going to go ahead and they're going to unleash at it.
They're swingers, man. Whoa, and a call, strike 3. Right as we say, there's a swinger. She lets that one go. And a call, strike 3 on the inside corner. That was a beautiful pitch. That was just like the first pitch that Treviso pitched to her, but it was this one was a little bit slower. The other one had a little bit more heat. And it was a great pitch as Lubbock goes down 1-2-3. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. Now Hobbs has a chance to get in the dugout and start getting their bats working and try to get some runs on the board as Liberty is still leading this in 1-0. We go to the bottom of the second, but I'm going to let you make your statement that you've got in about the Eunice shenanigans yesterday.
Yeah, apparently last night, and they've asked Lee County, the broadcasters here to all reiterate this. That way they know what is going on tonight. I know there was some question as to whether the championship of the Cardinal Classic would happen tonight because of what happened last night. That game is scheduled for 7 against Portales, and it will happen. But the official last night had to empty the stands, and it was because of the rowdy fans and the other things that were going on that the NMAA has decided to issue Eunice a strike in the character counts. And so because of that, if Eunice has to get another strike, their season will be canceled. So the Eunice baseball team, if they pick up another strike due to fans or player actions, their season could very well be canceled. It's expected that Coach Robbie Robinson will actually be making the announcement of the official strike, later on today. But we got that from the NMOA and the NMAA.
Oh, well hit ball. First hitter for Hobbs, and that looks like it was going out of the park, but it bounces against the fence. And that was the first pitch that number 9, Allison Garcia, saw. She's taken a page out of Lubbock Liberty's book and standing up, and she liked the first pitch she saw coming down the pike, and she lifted it into a line drive shot out into left field. So a single puts Garcia on. And that brings up number 20, Anaya Rodriguez, the catcher, to the plate. So no outs, 1 on. And that pitch is going to be a call, strike on the outside corner. Yeah, so this ump is definitely, he's calling the corners, and he's doing it pretty consistently, inside and outside for left and right-handed batters. That one does miss outside. So even the count up on Rodriguez, 1-1. So Hobbs in business with a runner on base, no outs. Anaya Rodriguez, one of the power hitters for Hobbs, so capable of moving her around and in. Ooh, takes a good swing at that one, hit slightly under the ball and spun it right back to the screen for strike number 2. So 1-2 the count, no outs. 1 runner on, bottom of the second. Hobbs is trailing 1-0 against Lubbock Liberty. a great pitch to hit, and Garcia does. Rodriguez picks that one up, that is, and moves Garcia over to second. Rodriguez just was waiting for a hit, and that was so solid. A line drive shot out to shallow center puts Rodriguez on base and moves Garcia to second. So back-to-back hits, and Hobbs is looking good.
Yeah, she found something she could handle up in the zone and just did a nice job going up with it and staying with it and driving it right out to center, as you mentioned. So now Harrison to the plate with 2 on, nobody out.
Number 10, Kenneth Harrison, your shortstop for Hobbs, looks at the first pitch, and it's a call strike. So 0-1 the count, but no outs and runners on first and second for Hobbs. Zambrano awaits on deck, and Martinez in the hole. That's going to miss high and outside for ball 1. So 1-1 the count.
Well, not a bad idea for Gibson. I mean, if she's going to get the top of the zone, she might as well find out exactly where it is, and I think that's what she did right there.
1-1 the count. This one comes right in and waiting for it. A high fly ball headed out to center field. Edwards out there gets it and throws the ball in, as tagging up on that and moving over. Both of the Hobbs girls, the runners, Garcia and Rodriguez, move over to third and second respectively, as that was a long, well-hit ball and allowed Harrison, it really acted like a sack, although nobody scored. She moved runners over with it. So a fly out, that's the third fly out to center field that Edwards has caught.
Yeah, and it will go into the book as a sacrifice because it did move the runners in scoring
around.
position. So.
Yep. It moved Garcia over, and there's another hit, right back to the circle, and getting it was Gibson. Wow. So a double play coming right on the heels of that fly, as Zambrano hit a line drive out to the pitcher, and then Gibson threw over to third and caught Garcia off base for this double play. Gotta say, heads up defense there by the Lubbock Liberty group, and Hobbs had their great chance to score and were denied that. So with no runs on 2 hits, no errors, and one that would be one left on base. Yeah, one left on base. So we're going to go again to the top of the third inning, the bottom of the third inning.
Top of the
third inning. Thank you very much, as I'm moving my score bug around. Yep, top of the third, coming up with more Lady Eagle softball on Lee County News and Sports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com.
First America Bank believes success comes from building personal, long-lasting relationships that are built on mutual trust. We take a consultative-driven approach to get to know you and your business. We offer a wide array of banking and digital solutions, plus more than a century of local experience. So, with First American Bank as your trusted partner, when you succeed, we do too. Find out how we can get it done for you. First American Bank, local first since 1903. Member FDIC.
And welcome back to Lady Eagle softball on Lee County News and Sports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com. In that bottom of that top of the second inning, oh boy, and that Hobbs tried to get some runners around and were not able to. A double play ended their hopes a little bit prematurely. So we go to this top of the third inning, and it is Liberty's bottom of the lineup up, number 8, Mia Gonzalez. Shortstop at the plate, and 2 balls, 1 strike the count on her, as she just fouled one back to the screen. And Hobbs would like to send these Lady Patriots down 1-2-3 like they did the last at bat, swing and a miss, and that's going to even things up 2-2 at the plate.
Good pitch there from Treviso. It had good spin on the ball and was tailing away from Gonzalez, who took a wave at it but came up empty. 2-2.
Gonzalez playing shortstop for Lubbock, and she swings and misses at that one. So another strikeout, and that is going to be strikeout number 4 for Treviso, doing a nice job in the circle for Hobbs. So
3 straight strikeouts that she's dealt up.
And that brings to the plate the top of the lineup, because Ava Kincaid, your first baseman for Lady Liberty, is your flex player. So we're back to the top of the lineup here with Brielle Gonzalez, third baseman, up, and that's a strike 1. So 0-1, one out, nobody on. 0-1 count on Gonzalez, top of the order. McKee waits on deck, Gibson in the hole, and there's a high fly ball headed out to center field, and under that is Chavez, who moves over and catches that, again playing the wind. And that ball really was located right between left and center. But
yeah, the wind hung it up a little bit, and it gave Chavez and Garcia either one, and so the center fielder always has the
they always has the call.
Yeah.
So up to them to they've got first pick at the balls. There's a little bunt, and it's going to put a runner on as McKee is able.
Yeah, that little slap bunt,
McKee
and
was
nothing
able to
Treviso
get that.
could do with it as it took a hop right over her glove.
And
so.
it popped up instead of a bunt being dead on the ground. Some bunts pop up and then land, and that one is exactly what happened. So a bunt single puts McKee on, and then Gibson hits the first pitch she sees, and luckily it's going to, just by a foot, maybe, it's going to hit in foul territory.
Yeah, that one
so it's
very
a little
dangerous.
It was. It could have been big trouble. It probably would have scored one because I'm telling you, McKee has got lightning speed. She reached first on a bunt, and she was already at third almost by the time that ball landed out there. Just past the foul line. A high fly ball headed out to center field. Coming in under it is Chavez. She makes the grab and no problem. So she gets a lot of action out there in center field with catching 2 balls, and a fly out by Gibson ends that. 4 up, 3 down with no runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left on base. So we're going to go to a chance for the Lady Eagles to get their bats cooking here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. But Liberty is leading 1-0. We'll be back with more Lady Eagles softball on Lee County News and Sports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com.
The phone rings. Your husband jumps out of bed. Not his phone. It's my phone. Turn on my bedside light. My heart sinks. My sister has never called this early. For the next several minutes, she explains to me our mother is going to need private care. What do? We are both super busy, but we want the best care for Mom.
When it's time to entrust your loved ones to home health care, will just any home health agency do, or do you want the best? You can get the best right here in Hobbs. Elite Home Health provides many services with skilled nurses, such as physical therapy, occupational therapy, speech therapy, even bathing aids. Trusted care in the comfort of your own home. Call 393-9281. That's 393-9281.
For Liberty in the top of the 3rd, no runs on 1 hit, no errors. They leave 1 runner stranded as we head to the bottom of the 3rd. It is Lubbock Cooper Liberty 1, Hobbs Lady Eagles nothing. And with the call, here's Dawn Morgan.
Yeah, thank you very much. You know how many pitches? Know how many pitches Treviso had to pitch in that at-bat against Liberty? 9.
And that's
9.
pretty good.
Yeah.
It's an immaculate inning pitch number, even though it wasn't an immaculate inning.
Yeah, 3 outs pretty efficiently there for Hobbs as they kept Liberty from getting that very speedy runner who got on a bunt single around and in. So they're just trailing by 1. They need that run here and maybe more if they can. Coming after their double play, their last at-bat got shortened by that double. And here we are with the first batter up is Alexis Martinez. And she looked at the first one, and it was a call strike. This one's a little outside. Didn't miss the corner by much, but 1-1 the count on Martinez. This is her first plate appearance, by the way. And that misses low and outside for ball 2.
And we're seeing a lot of balls today on both teams that are being hit hard into the air.
Okay, call strike, yeah. Interesting. I thought it was going to be a ball. So 1-2 is the count. And there's a hit. It's going to fall foul, though. It was a line drive shot over third base, but it tailed off and ended up landing in foul territory. So count remains 1-2.
If she straightens that out, it could get out of here. I mean, you mentioned earlier that if it's a line drive, a hard line drive, it could get out, but the wind, if they're getting it up any, is just knocking it down and holding it up.
Although there is a hit. That's going to be a shot that's going to land foul. Just again about a foot or so off out just down the third baseline out into left field. Wow. So two good hits. That was almost a good hit because it landed one foot over. That's trouble and gets her on for sure. And that one is going to be fouled off to the left toward the Liberty dugout as well. So Martinez doing well. Now she's in protect the plate mode with a 2-2 count on her.
She's been just a little bit behind.
Late. Yeah, she's just swinging just a little bit late on this by Gibson. But if she could get out in front of it like she did there, a line drive shot is going to go out into a shallow center just over the second baseman's head, really, and Edwards makes the stop, the grab, and the throw in, but Martinez is on base, and she did. She found one that it was a little bit of Gibson took a little speed off of it. Martinez was waiting on it and drilled it out there, so a nice single puts her on and gives Hobbs something to work with here as coming up top of the order, Kaya Boyle. And the first pitch is going to be a ball to her. So 1-0 the count. She popped out to the first baseman, a foul pop her first time up. This is her second plate appearance, looking to move Martinez around and in if she can. That's going to miss. It's over the plate, but low.
They're going to say it's in there, strike
wow,
one.
Okay. I thought it was from here. It is hard for us to see the some of the cameras in the fence, and the backstop can see that better. But we're blocked out by the umpire. He's standing right over the plate, so it's a little hard to see that sometimes. Now that is ball two. So 2-1 the count now. 2-1. No outs, a runner on. Ooh, and Boyle moves back a little bit. If she hadn't, that would have hit her. She would have taken one in the hip for the team, but you are supposed to try to move out of the way if you can. So that becomes ball 3, 3-1. That hits the inside corner, so call, strike 2. Now the count's full on Boyle with no outs, one runner on. Martinez out on first after a smoking line drive single as Hobbs no trouble getting the hits, and that's going to be a line drive over the shortstop into left field. That's going to move the runners as Justice moves in on that and makes the play out there. Again, well played. That's going to hold Boyle to a single, but a good shot puts her on. She's 1 for 2 now.
But still, that's back-to-back singles for 2 consecutive innings for Hobbs. Now they just need to work to keep the line moving.
Yeah, because they left they won against Lovington yesterday 3-1, but they only had 3 hits and they left 7 runners on base yesterday. So they don't want to be guilty of that here. A bunt, Young drops the bat down, I think mostly to screen. I don't know. Maybe that was a serious attempt to bunt, but I think she was trying to screen it to maybe move the runners around, hoping
Need to
for
be
a pass
very
ball.
careful, though, as Martinez kind of got caught out in no woman's land there. If Walker decides to gun it somewhere, she could be in trouble.
And that's going to come in high, a little not chin music, top of the helmet music there for Young. So 2-0 the count on her. That could have been the pitcher just backing her up, trying to scare her off from bunting again. So 2-0 is the count. This one is a good ball to hit. It goes out to center field. Shading over for it is, and Edwards drops the ball. She had it, but she dropped it. And
so
they're going to call that one.
They're going to call, and they can double them off because Kaya stayed, and Kaya's just holding it first.
Kaya's like, what do I need to do? She's standing on the base. So what's going to be the call?
They said that it was that they're saying right now that Edwards did not have possession and dropped it. So then the throw to third would be out.
And
so that would be a double play. They could. That would be. That would be a double play.
Yeah, they could certainly call that. Now Boyle, even though Boyle was standing on the base, that did not matter. She also got tagged. She got touched. So.
And I think right now, and Anthony's making, Coach Boyle is
going to make the call that hey,
she held on to it long enough.
And that she dropped it when she was trying to throw it. He's going to make the argument she had control of it. It was a catch and an out, and that when she was trying to make the throw was that when she dropped it. Therefore, it would be an out, but there would. 1 out. They're going to call.
They did decide
to do that. So 1 out.
So
okay, that's how it's going to be. Fly out to Edwards in center for 1 out. Base runners stay on first and second.
So Hobbs got a little bit of a break right there.
A little bit. So 1 out. Although that's kind of a compromise because it's a win for Liberty, they get the out too. They get at least 1 out of the deal. And I think that's probably the right call. That's going to come in just a little high and inside for ball 1 on Edith Chavez, center fielder for Hobbs, and she had a fly out to the center field her first time up, so she's 0 for 1 and due. 1-0 the count, 1 out, 2 on for Hobbs, looking to get on the board and move runners around. That's gonna hit. I think that's a makeup call. I think that was backwards. I think the first one was probably a ball. That the first one was a strike, and this one was a ball. I think he's evening things up there. So 1-1 the count, no harm. A swing and a foul back to the screen for strike 2. 1-2 on Chavez. So just 1 out. Runners at first and second for Hobbs. They trail Liberty by 1 run, so they really need to bring at least a run in and try to go ahead. If they can here, a chance, I think, to do some damage in this at-bat. If they can keep their momentum going, and that comes in high, right over the plate, but high for ball 2. 2-2 the count. Garcia on deck. That's Carissa, and then Allison Garcia in the hole for Hobbs. A good chance in the heart of the order to do some damage here. And that comes in high and outside, runs the count full. And I think, is that the first full count
Yes, it is.
That's the first full count that Gibson has.
Well, no, the second one. She had one on Boyle to start the inning.
That's right. No,
Or
I think they were.
earlier
It
this
was.
inning.
Yeah. Hey, and there's a walk as Chavez takes her base, and that's nice. That loads up the bases.
So now
Loads them up. So Chavez is on first, Boyle on second, Martinez on third. No, Boyle is on third, Martinez on second.
Martinez
Yeah,
is
that's
on
right.
second.
That's
Martinez
right.
at
Got
third,
it.
Boyle
on
at
second.
Yep.
Mhm.
Chavez at first.
Got
There
it.
we go.
There we got it. Carissa Garcia, cleanup hitter, up to the plate, and that comes in just a little high and inside for ball number 1 on her.
Gibson kind of slaps her hands down like, I can't believe it. Well, it looked a little high from our perspective. You're Garcia here. You just need to take what she gives you.
That's going to be high and outside for ball 2. So 2-0 the count. Carissa Garcia batting in the cleanup position in the lineup has a chance to truly clean them off right here, and she's capable of parking it. But she just needs to really meet the ball, get solid hit, and try to get at least one of those runs in, 1 or 2 or 3.
If you can, here is as good as a hit,
exactly, because it walks it in.
The game.
An RBI walk will get you 1-1, even with the Patriots, and still have the bases loaded at that point. And that's going to miss behind Garcia, actually. So she does get the RBI walk, and that's going to bring in. That brings in Martinez from third. It puts Boyle on second. Chavez is on second now, and Garcia working the walk is on first. Although. And she's not gonna have a. She's gonna do her own running. Yeah, she is. Allison Garcia is up. Garcia actually got the first hit of the game her last time up, and then she got put out as part of a double play. So Garcia capable, and she stood up and hit the first pitch she saw, and was a well hit ball. She takes a minute. I think
quick meeting at the mound. So.
Yeah, and there's a well-hit ball. A grounder is going to find its way into left field. It's going to score 1. It's going to score 2. And just like that, Hobbs, is up 3-1 over Liberty. So that is that's an RBI single, a 2 RBI single for Garcia. Man, this has been a good game for her, as she's also been out in that field doing a good job as well. So Boyle scores, Chavez scores, Garcia is at second, and Garcia is at first, and Rodriguez to the plate, and the first pitch is a ball. So 1-0 the count on her. With just 1 out. And that comes in high for ball number 2, as Anaya Rodriguez, the catcher, is definitely capable of
a fan asking for a home run. You might not have been able to hear that.
Exactly.
At this point, just
put
the ball in play.
That's right.
Keep the line moving.
And there is a foul back out of play, but it is fun, and it's fun to hear, supportive stuff from the fans, and you can hear that. It's great. 2-1. And Rodriguez is definitely capable of parking it. That's the funny part is, he's right. She can definitely hit that ball. She's one of the power hitters for Hobbs. That one stays low and outside. 3-1 the count on her. Harrison is on deck. Zambrano in the hole for Hobbs. They'd like to keep the line moving here. A well-hit ball out in left field. Coming up, it's trouble. Coming over was Justice. She could not get it, and that's going to score 1. The throw comes in and could be trouble, but luckily there was a throw over to first, and the throw was bad, so that runner was able to scramble, and Naya Rodriguez was able to scramble back to first, but she's got an RBI single for Maya Rodriguez, an RBI single with a well-hit ball out there. And I don't think that was an error. That was Justice was doing everything she could to get there, and it was just a well-hit ball.
Yeah, and then the throw in, if anybody had moved around, it would become a throwing error.
Right.
But since nobody moved, there's no error on the play at all. So.
And Candace Harrison up to the bat. So still just 1 out, runners on first and second. Four have crossed the plate for Hobbs, and a high fly fly ball. Coming under at second base is McKee, and she gets it, but she does drop it. And so that is an error on the second baseman. It puts Candace Harrison at first and moves the other runners. So the other runners had time, even though they were waiting to tag up.
Yeah, and
so
Hobbs catching a break right there because
Harrison,
nobody covering anywhere. They had all converged on the ball. So
but they were safe, and there was no time to make a throw to get anybody, really. So an error on 4 puts Harrison on and loads the bases back up, and it brings up Abby Zambrano, the right fielder, to the plate. She hits the first pitch. She sees, but it goes out of bounds, out of play, off to the right for strike 1. Whew. So 0-1 the count here.
A lot of messiness in the books.
Yeah, E4 puts Harrison on and loads the bases, and there's a line drive shot, a little smoker and grounder that the Mia Gonzalez has trouble with at shortstop. She knocks it down, but she couldn't toss it over in time to second base to get the force out there. And in the meantime, Garcia scored. So it's going to be an E.
No, that'll be an infield hit.
You think that's an infield hit?
I think as hard as that was hit,
okay.
I think it's an infield hit.
All right, well, we'll call it a single. And it's an RBI single for Zambrano. So she's on first. And then runners, of course, on all the bases for Hobbs now. As I said at the beginning of this, when Hobbs started hitting, that this had the potential of being a breakout inning for them, and that's what they wanted. That's what they've created. Just 1 out, bases loaded, and back around. Hobbs has batted completely around now, and Alexis Martinez back to the plate.
She had the single to right to start the inning.
And she crossed the plate. So, again, just 1 out here, bases loaded. That's going to miss outside for ball number 2. So 2-1 the count now on Martinez with Boyle on deck and Young in the hole. And Hobbs would like to keep the line moving. Of course, they could hit into a double play here, so they want to try to avoid that. And that's going to be a call on the outside corner. Hall thinking the Hobbs faithful thinking that was a little low and outside. But 2-2 is the count. 1 out, bases loaded. Hobbs leading this one 5-1 now. Oh, and a swing and a miss as Martinez goes down, and that's out number 2, and that's going to bring up Boyle, top of the order, back for Hobbs.
The leadoff hitter, the second baseman, number 13, Kaya Boyle.
Young on deck, Chavis in the hole now. Bases still loaded, so Boyle's got a chance to just keep the line moving here for Hobbs, and she looks at that one right down the pike. Yeah, it was right down the pike. It must have looked low from the side, but it must have been at the knees, at least as far as the ump is concerned. And that is going to be a ball.
Some of the fans barking a little bit, still going, oh, that strike?
1-1 is the count. 2 outs, bases loaded here. Hobbs now with the lead, 5-1, and there's a throw down to third to Gonzalez to try to keep Hobbs honest over there. That's the courtesy runner for Rodriguez over there on third.
That is Ojeda.
Swing, and I thought that curled away as Boyle sort of she hooked that ball right at the end with her bat, and it was solid, but it went out of play off to the left for strike number 2. So Boyle just a little ahead of that, kind of hooked the bat around, and she's very capable of bringing some more runs in, as Hobbs would like to keep this rolling right here while they've got a chance, and that's going to be inside. A good job by Walker behind the plate to stop that, keep that from getting past her, because that had a run to home written all over it. 2-2 the count, or 3-2 the count now. It runs full. There's a nice line drive shot that's going to go foul. As that was headed for shallow left field, and I thought
that was a double.
Yeah,
that was a double.
It would have been an RBI,
foul,
one or two RBI, single or double, absolutely. But it went foul by a couple 3 feet. So count remains full. And now the walk issued, and that's going to be an RBI walk for Boyle, and it's going to walk Ojeda in from third and put Hobbs up 6-1, move all the runners around, and now bases still loaded, and here we come. We might have a pitching change as Coach Limmer goes out to the circle to take a moment with her team. She may just be settling him down, just telling him you've got 2 outs. You just need to get the third. Don't worry about the run so much as worry about the out. You got bases loaded, a chance to hopefully, make an easier play, an easier out. She's not going to make any changes, just a pep talk to settle things down and to cool the momentum down. I think she was just chilling things down because Hobbs is smoking, rolling heavy here with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 runs in this inning alone, and they are up 6-1.
And with only 5 hits, an error committed on Liberty's part and a couple of walks, and that's really kept the line moving.
So 2 outs. Bases loaded. Marissa Young, third baseman to the plate. She had a long fly ball out to center field her last time up, got caught, walked and got stranded her first time up. That pitch is low and gets behind the catcher, and that's going to score 1. So, wild pitch or pass ball?
I think that's got to be a wild pitch.
All right,
it
was
in
low.
Front of the plate.
Yeah, it was low and a little unruly and hard for a catcher to catch. So, the wild pitch is going to score Harrison.
And the next one to Young is high for ball 2.
Ball 2, 2-0 now. 2-0 on Young with Chavez on deck and Garcia in the hole. And that's going to hit the outside corner for a call strike, as I do think that was definitely a strike. 2-1 the count. Now runners just on second and third after the wild pitch, and a swing and a foul tip back to the screen out of play is going to even the count at 2-2.
And McKee at second has shaded over towards first. They are playing Young to pull, as it looks like Bozeman has taken a couple of steps over towards the line in right as well. So a huge hole in the right center power alley.
Oh, in the left, and an even bigger one in between center and left. And there is a hit ball going out to center, shallow center, coming over for it, but not in time is Edwards, and that scores 2. So that is going to be a 2 RBI single for Marissa Young. A 2 RBI single puts her on first and brings the runners around. And now Hobbs is up 9-1. With 1 runner on, 2 outs. And Chavez to the plate, hits a long ball out to center field. It hits the fence, and Edwards gives it a chase, but it is going to score 1. It's going to be an RBI double. An RBI double for Edith Chavez. Woo! That is great. Hobbs' bats are smoking. It took them a while. It took them once through the order, really, to figure out Gibson and to start hitting the ball. But, man, they haven't stopped hitting the ball since then. Carissa Garcia hits the first one she sees, and it goes foul by about a foot down the third base line. So, strike 1 on Carissa Garcia.
Garcia 0 for 1, flew out in the first, but had an RBI with the walk and scored earlier this inning.
Right. So she had a walk, an RBI, and a fly out. She hit a long ball out to center field, and she hits that one down the third base line over there toward the Lubbock dugout for strike 2. So she's 0-2. She's so anxious to hit. You can just feel it right here. She really is anxious to get good contact and fair contact on that ball. 0-2 count, 2 outs, and a high fly ball headed out to center field. Edwards moves over for it, and she gets it, keeps it. I thought she was not going to be able to get that one, but she makes the grab, and she once again robs Carissa Garcia of a hit. But that's the 3rd out, as Hobbs puts 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 on the board. 10-1 is your score after just a huge breakout inning for the Lady Eagles at the bat. Now they go out to the field and they try to keep the score where it is, which is 10-1 here. And we'll be back with more Lady Eagles softball on Lee County News and Sports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com.
Just call us if it's a ride you like. We'll take you there and bring you back.
Hobbs Express provides bus service throughout Hobbs. The bus system operates Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 5 p.m., Saturdays, 7 to 4. Hobbs Express has an immediate opening for a CDL bus driver, offering great pay and benefits. Apply online at hobbsnm.org. or call 397-9230 for more information. When you need transportation anywhere around Hobbs, think of Hobbs Express. Hobbs Express, 397-9290.
10 runs on 7 hits, 1 error committed by Liberty, and 1 runner left on as we head to the 4th inning. All Hobbs in this one, 10-1, and with the call, here's Dawn Morgan.
Yeah, thank you very much. As Hobbs really, they had that breakout at bat that they really wanted and needed because they had been trailing since that solo homer put Lubbock in the lead. In that, top of the first inning. They had been trailing 1-0 and finally kind of figured out the bats and got them smoking. So 3 outs and puts us in the top of the 4th inning now. And coming up to the plate is the heart of the order for Lubbock as Hagan Walker, the catcher, is up first. Justice and Edwards await on deck and in the hole. And the second pitch is also fouled off to the screen. So 0-2 is the count.
Treviso's been working Walker up high and got her to swing at 2 of them and kind of get under him a little bit. You might want to think about either seeing if she'll step up even higher or come low and in.
Walker singled and got stranded her first time at the plate. And that pitch comes in, floats in. Everybody in the field, including Treviso, thought that might be a strike, but it was a call ball, 1-2.
Decided to try the little higher.
And she brings it back down and a little more heat on it, and Justice lifts that up and out to the right for a foul ball. Walker, rather, not Justice, Walker. And so that is 1-2 as the count remains with Justice on deck and Edwards in the hole. A swing and a high fly ball headed out to shallow center. Coming under, it's Chavez. She moves up, makes the grab, has to play the wind a little bit, but fly out to center field, position 8 for out number 1, and that brings up Justice to the plate. Edwards on deck and Bozeman in the hole. So 1 out, nobody on, as Hobbs wants to try to get outs efficiently here and just get back to the dugout now that they've got the lead. And a little chopper headed over to third ends up going out. Foul down the third base line for strike number 1 against Justice. To 0-1 the count on her, 1 out, nobody on. Hobbs leading 10-1. Swing and a miss as Treviso put that one, a breaking ball outside, and Justice chased on it. Started swinging kind of early and chased. 0-2 the count. A swing and a miss for strikeout. I believe that's strikeout number 5.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, strikeout number 5 for Treviso, and out number 2, and that brings up Edwards, the center fielder, to the plate. So 2 outs, nobody on.
Edwards last time up, a hard shot right back at Treviso. Did a nice job stabbing it. So Edwards 0 for 1.
She's had a lot of action out there in center field. Some balls that she has caught, and she has been busy out there in the field, as Hobbs has, especially in this latest at bat, kept her very busy, but all game really. Now she hits at that one, it fouls off out of play. That's going to even up the count on her, 1-1. So this is her second plate appearance, as Hobbs has been pretty efficient. 5 up, 3 up, 4 up, and now working on this top of the 4th inning here. A swing and a miss, or a swing and a foul back to the screen for strike number 2. So the most batters in any at bat that Treviso has faced has been 5, and that was in the very first at bat for Lubbock. That is going to hit the outside corner. A nice late breaking action on that. Edwards did not agree, but the ump said, oh yeah, strikeout number 6 for Treviso. Out number 3, 3 up, 3 downs, no runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on. We're going to go to the bottom of the 4th inning. Hobbs is leading 10-1 over Lubbock Liberty. Back with more Lady Eagle softball on Lee County News and Sports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com.
For all your grocery specials, shop Thriftway and La Tienda in Hobbs. The best deals in fresh produce, fresh meat, and vegetables, frozen and dairy, health and beauty, and so much more. With the friendliest and most knowledgeable staff, Thriftway and La Tienda. For all your grocery specials, come on down to La Tienda, 400 East Marland, and Thriftway, 1317 North Turner and Hobbs. Best of luck, Eagles, from all of your friends.
Lasco Construction is a proud partner in education in Lee County. Lasco Construction is your hometown construction company. Lasco Construction encourages you and business owners to support Tatum, Jow, Lovington, Eunice, and Hobbs businesses. Buy as much as you can locally. which is why Lasco Construction always supports the youth of Lee County. Lasco Construction supports you. Call 393-9161 for all your construction needs. Support your community.
And welcome back to Lady Eagles Softball on Lee County News and Sports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com, as Hobbs did a very efficient top of the fourth inning with 3 up, 3 down, a fly out, 2 strikeouts. In fact, 6 strikeouts now for Treviso and no walks for her in the circle. And Hobbs, man, they turned into the hitting team that they are and managed to hit and move runners around, 10 of them across the plate in their at-bat in the bottom of the third. Here we are in the bottom of the fourth, and the heart of the order, 5, 6, 7 due up. Garcia, Rodriguez, Harrison.
And actually, that's going to be Fuentes, pinch hitting.
For Allison Garcia. And Allison Garcia had done a very good job. She was 2 for 2. She had a 2 RBI single and a single and got stranded her first time up. So she was 2 for 2. And a little line drive, a little shot, a little bouncer actually over to Gibson. Gibson grabs it and makes the throw over to first. So Fuentes is out.
Number 20, Anaya Rodriguez.
1-3 for the first out. And number 20, Amaya Rodriguez. Anaya is the catcher for Hobbs and a left-handed batter. She had an RBI single in her last time up, and she hits the first pitch she sees, and it's fouled out of play off to the left for strike 1. So 0-1 count.
She is 2 for 2 in the game. Singled to center in the first, then singled to left with the RBI and scored, as you mentioned, in that big third inning.
Well, it was her pinch runner who scored for her. As she hit a single, and her
Ojeda.
Ojeda, her pinch runner, got stranded on second, and then was able to cross the plate her last time. So 2 for 2. And Rodriguez would like to make that 3 for 3 here, and she hits a long fly ball out to left field, coming over it and making the grab, but dropping it is Justice, so it's going to be an E7 because she definitely had that in her glove.
Oh, yeah.
And so that's a dropped ball, and Anaya Rodriguez is on, and she'll have a courtesy runner, I'm assuming. She always does.
Yeah, it'll be Ojeda coming in to run.
So an E7 puts her on base.
So now Harrison will step in. She is 0 for 1.
My score bug was jumping over to 3 outs for some reason already. So, yeah, and so 1 out, and Harrison comes up to the plate. Shortstop for Hobbs. The first pitch is in high and inside for ball number 1. She reached a strike rather, 0-1 count on her, and she reached on an error and crossed the plate her last time up. Swing and a miss on that one. So 0-2 the count on her now. She had a fly out to center field her first time up. So she's over and due. Again, Harrison, good shortstop, capable of solid hits and even parking it. And she waits on that one. It was a changeup, and a little Texas leaguer is going to fall in there in shallow left, and it's going to score 1 as an RBI double for Harrison. I think it's her single, and she moved to second on the throw. What would you say?
She was already
turning
going to
the corner.
second.
So you're going to call it a double,
I'm
an
going to call it an
RBI
double.
I'll go with your call. I'll go with yours. That's why
she had already turned first before Justice got to it.
And that's why I ask you, because I could go either way on that one. All right, a little hot grounder is mishandled by Mia Gonzalez at shortstop, and that's going to score 1. So an E6 by Zambrano. Zambrano stepped up and hit the first pitch that she saw, and an E6 puts her on, and it is going to get Ojeda all the way around and in. Harrison, that is, all the way around and in. And a little foul off down the first base line for a strike. Just the 1 out.
Yeah, Hobbs has taken care of a couple of errors and turned them into runs here to make this a 12-1 lead.
12-1 is the score. I've got that on the score bug. And there is a grounder again to shortstop, picked up by Gonzalez, and she just kept running to take care of it herself. Got the lead runner there. So 6 unassisted in the book for the second out.
Well, Martinez still on first after the fielder's choice, and now the top of the lineup can come up and see if they can keep the magic going.
That's right. So fielder's choice puts Martinez on, bottom of the order, and now we turn up to the top of the order, and Kaya Boyle up to the plate. So 2 outs, an 0-1 count on Boyle. That comes in low and inside, going to even things up 1-1. So runner on first, 2 outs. And that comes in just a little high and inside for ball 2. So 2-1 the count. There's a hot grounder between short and third. That's going to find its way through, and that's going to be a single for Boyle. It's going to put her on. She's hit 2 singles in the game, had an RBI walk, and popped out to the first baseman.
Number 8, Marissa Young.
So Hobbs keeps the line moving here with 2 outs. They're still at it, as they had 10 runs across in their last at-bat. Now they put 2 on in this at-bat. And number 8, Marissa Young, your third baseman, up to the plate. Left-handed batter, looks at the first pitch, and it's a call, strike 1. So 2 outs, runners on first and second. An 0-1 count on Young. Chavez on deck, Garcia in the hole, and that comes in, and I guess it's a ball. I guess it was high. It looked like it was over the plate, so it must have been high. 1-1 count. Young had a 2 RBI single, and now has a long fly ball out to center field. Edwards makes the grab and hangs on to it to end the Hobbs threat. So Young with a fly out to center field. Not before Hobbs puts 2 runs across. So 2 runs score, and Hobbs leading this one 12-1. We're going to go to the top of the 5th inning, and Hobbs, if they can hold Lubbock here and keep them from scoring, they'll win the game, because it's a 10-run rule after 5, and as the home team, they've got that advantage. So we'll be back with more Lady Eagles softball on Lee County News and Sports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com.
Switch to TDS. Pair fast internet with strong Wi-Fi for the ultimate online experience. Choose from speeds starting at 300 meg all the way up to 1 gig. Plus, blanket every corner of your home with TDS Wi-Fi Plus. Trust TDS to provide you with the best services at the best prices. Just ask our customers, who are voting us best internet provider in many of the communities we serve. Visit hellotds.com to learn more. Internet speeds are up to and not guaranteed. Subject to availability. Terms and conditions apply. See website for details.
Forest Tire cares about.
And welcome back in the top half, or rather the bottom half of the 4th inning. 2 runs, 2 hits, 2 errors, 2 left on. An awful lot of 2s for the Lady Eagles as they lead this one 12-11. And as we go to the 5th, here's Dawn Morgan.
And welcome back. As, yes, we go to the top of the 5th inning, and this is going to be the last at-bat for Liberty, unless they can put
2 runs.
That's right. They need to put 2 runs. I'm sorry, I was just about to cough, as the wind is coming in just a little bit. Nice that this is artificial field. We were calling the game behind glass yesterday. That's a dirt field in Lovington, but this is artificial turf, a lovely field, a good one. And first batter up hits the first pitch she sees and moves it out of play off to the right. So Bozeman, your right fielder, with an 0-1 count on her. And swings and hits that one just off the end of her bat and fouls it off to the screen to the right for strike 2. So Bozeman, Contreras, and Gonzalez, 7th, bottom of the order, 7, 8, and 9 here. And that one comes in low and inside. So there's a ball, 1-2. The count now, as Hobbs wants to get outs efficiently and in this game. And they could do that. And 3 strikes, and that's the 7th strikeout for Treviso in the circle, doing a nice job pitching for Hobbs today. That is out number 1. And that brings to the plate Contreras, who is your designated player. Gonzalez on deck. And then Gonzalez, top of the order in the hole. There's a little grounder headed to Harrison. She has to scoop it up, make a good throw over to Garcia. And that was a slow-moving grounder. Harrison had to come in on it and play it perfectly and make a bullet throw that Garcia hung on to at first for the out. It was close, but it was an out. So 6-3 in the books for out number 2, and now Lubbock Liberty down to their last out. If they can try to put 2 runs on to keep from being 10-run ruled and have this game early, that's what they want to do. Hobbs wants to just get this out and call it a game. Swing and a foul pop out of play off to our right for strike one on Gonzalez. Gonzalez struck out her other plate appearance. She plays shortstop and bats in the 9th slot for Lubbock Liberty. Swing and a miss. Now Lubbock Liberty down to their last strike. 2 outs, nobody on. 0-2 count. Hobbs leading 12-1. That's going to miss outside for ball 1. As Treviso brought the heat, but it broke too much. 1-2 count. 12-1 your score. Hobbs looking to end this one early if they can, and that's going to miss low for ball 2. Even things up 2-2. As a pitcher, you have to put out of your mind that you're just one pitch away from ending the game, and you just have to focus in on everything, your delivery, where you want the ball to be, and there she gets it. There it is, a strikeout to end the game. Hobbs wins this one 12-1, and on a run rule after 5 innings. They don't even have to go in and bat. They're done. So this is a good win for the Hobbs Lady Eagles. It started off slow. Liberty got on with a solo homer, the third batter that they put up, and it stayed 1-0 until the bottom of the third when Hobbs broke it open with a 10-run inning at bat and put 2 more on in their last at bat to seal the deal, and now held Lubbock in this bottom of the 5th inning. 12-1 your final score, and the Lady Eagles beating Lubbock Liberty. We'll be back to wrap this one up here with more Lady Eagles softball on Lee County News and Sports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com.
Forest Tire cares about your time. You tackle an endless to-do list every day. It may seem like a thankless job, but you know better. It's the little things that matter most. That's why you'll appreciate the enduring value of the Michelin Defender tire. Designed for doers like you, Michelin's longest-lasting tire keeps you on the go longer, so you have one less thing to worry about on your next road trip. Stop in today for miles of uncompromised safety and performance. Forest Tire, keeping you rolling since 1944.
We know that you want to make the most out of your time. At Lee County State Bank, we believe banking should be quick and easy. That's why we're proud to provide video banking to our customers. Save time and a trip to the bank, and meet with a video banker instead. Getting started is easy. Download the LCSB Connect app, create a profile, bank from anywhere. Not a customer yet? No problem. You can use a video banking app to open an account too. Download the app today and start banking from anywhere.
Visit onlinelcsb.com. Lee County State Bank, member FDIC.
Eunice Pump and Supply has been around for over 30 years and is excited to continue their services to the community. They take pride in their employees and their hard work and dedication, and most importantly, take pride in the youth of Lee County. Eunice Pump and Supply is a proud supporter of all Lee County athletics and academics. Eunice Pump and Supply, 1310 Avenue O in Eunice, another proud supporter of Lee County athletics.
NMR Pipeline is a highly qualified, dedicated company, leading in performance with management and employees who've provided over 45 years of service in pipeline maintenance and construction within the oil and gas industry. NMR Pipeline, 300 South Main in Eunice, or call 394-0144 for more information. Again, 394-0144. NMR Pipeline is proud to be a supporter of all Lee County athletics and academics.
And welcome back to Lady Eagles Softball on Lee County News and Sports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com. I'm Dawn Morgan with TJ Miracle, and your Lady Eagles victorious over Lubbock Liberty Patriots. 12-1 your final score in a run rule shortened game. Here's how we got there. Liberty scored 1 run on 3 hits. They left 2 on base. They committed 2 errors.
3 errors.
Their 1 hit, and I think my 2 look like a 3. Thank you very much. My 3 look like a 2. They had the 1 hit that put them on the board with the 1 run was a solo home run by the pitcher Lainey Gibson in her first at bat, and their errors were costly, but their lack of offensive production is really what killed them here. As they were able to get 3 hits and only 1 run off of that. They did leave the 2 on base. For Hobbs, they had 12 runs on 10 hits. They left 5 on base. They committed no errors, and even better than that, the winning pitcher Treviso had had 8 strikeouts and no walks in this game. So it was a good game all the way around. And now Lubbock Liberty did manage to turn a double play on Hobbs, but Hobbs did not have any out-of-the-park homers. They just did their runs with a great, just solid hitting, a lot of singles, a lot of RBI singles all over the board. I mean, really, they only had, I think, the 2 doubles in the whole thing. They just had timely hitting. They got on base. They had the breakout inning, and they're bottom of the 3rd there with 10 runs and put 2 more across in the bottom of the 4th, and that's what sealed the deal for Hobbs against Lubbock Liberty. 12-1, your final score, with Gibson losing pitcher, Treviso the winning pitcher, and some good play today. Following up this win follows up their win against Lovington 3-1 yesterday in Lovington. So 2 back-to-back wins for Hobbs as they come in, they increase, and I think they improved to 7-1 on the season now with this. Is that they're 7-1 or 8-1?
I believe 7-1.
I think I've got them down as 7-1, and I think that does take into account yesterday's win over Lovington.
Yes.
So I put them at 6-1 coming into this game. Now they are 7-1, and they are definitely moving in the right direction under head coach Anthony Boyle in this season. So congratulations to the Lady Eagles. Anything you'd like to say, TJ?
Well, just an impressive win today. The final pitching line for Treviso, as you mentioned, goes the whole way. Goes 5 innings pitched, or gives up 1 run. It is an earned run. 8 strikeouts, no walks. Good for her. Gibson's final line, 4-inning pitch. She allowed 12 runs. 8 of those were earned because of the errors. She had 1 strikeout in the game and 3 walks. So
final score, 12-1. Nice win for the Lady Eagles, and they did it in quick fashion. I think in real time. This game started at 1 o'clock, and it's 2:10 right now. This game took barely just a little over an hour to play. So safe travels to our visitors from Lubbock. Thanks to Lubbock Liberty for coming over and playing on what is for us as the last weekend of spring break for Hobbs. School gets back underway on Monday, and Hobbs is playing next. The Lady Eagles are in action at a tournament, I believe.
I believe so, the Rio Rancho tournament.
Next weekend. So good luck to them, and we'll be back, with more Lady Eagles softball. Again, they come back from their tournaments and will play Artesia on their home field next, but that's about 10 days away, I think. So we'll be here for that then, and we will see you with more Lady Eagles softball on either Hobbs Sports YouTube or, as with today, Lee County News and Sports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com. Good day.